What is up, everybody? I'm with Godzilla, and I'm bringing you guys one of the final parts of the Millennium Era power scaling. This is the final power scaling of Godzilla Final Wars. Yes, I'm doing Godzilla Final Wars. If you're wondering, yes, Final Wars is actually one of my favorite Godzillas, so that's why I'm ranking him in the finale. I want to rank him first, but I decided I should save it for last, so you can all guys know how powerful he is. Now, if you guys are wondering, what include his Kaiser Amp or his Kaiser Boost form, which allows him to practically defeat Kaiser Ghidorah? Well, I'm gonna include it as well. Now, if we are to actually remove the Kaiser Amp, he's still a beast if we were to calculate his power. He is at a height of 328 feet and weighs 55,000 metric tons. Yes, that is really heavy, but in comparison to Hasty Godzilla, it's not that heavy at all. Even Space Godzilla weighs even more than that. But let's not focus on that. Now, if you guys remember, I did say that some of the Godzilla should scale to 1954, but in this video, it's actually slightly different. This Final Wars Godzilla is actually the original 1954. He is a variation that actually survived the Oxygen Destroyer. So most likely in base, he should be continental to multi-continental to maybe even planetary level durability and even power as well, because he was able to endure the Oxygen Destroyer and no solid, which is an impressive feat on its own if you were to calculate it correctly. Now, do I mean that he's as strong as Showa Godzilla? Well, no, he's slightly different than that. He does not practically. He's not actually in the same universe as Showa Godzilla, like in the Kiryu saga. He's a lot different. So yeah, Zone Fire feats will not include in Final Wars, but if they're included, he'll most likely be stronger than the original Showa. But just so you guys know, he's not connected to the Showa era. So yeah. Of course, even without the Showa era, he's still a lot stronger than even early Godzilla Showa era happened, meaning that he'll be a lot stronger and a lot more powerful, with his durability ranging to continental to even moon level of power, which is an impressive feat, and that will also go to his AP because he was able to endure his own atomic blast, or he can even use it. Now, if you guys are wondering, he was able to also fight multiple other kaijus with no difficulty. Yes, he fought multiple other kaijus for days, and he did not even take a break. He was swimming, fighting, and he was easily no-soloing multiple kaijus. Yes, he was no-soloing them like they're nothing. He was literally toying with them, and he was not even using his full power. When he was up against both Gigan and Monster X, he had to actually put up an effort against them, meaning that he was actually trying in their battles. And when Mothra was able to strike Gigan, Final Goji and Monster X had one-on-one battle. Now, we all saw that they were incredibly close in combat, and we saw that Monster Joe is incredibly agile in comparison to Final Wars, but don't count out Final Wars too much. He is still pretty agile, and his speed is impressive. He was also able to destroy Goraf, which held Monster X, and he was able to do that with no difficulty. Remember, Goraf was traveling almost at light speed, and he was able to, in Final Wars, was able to predict its movements and even charge up an atomic breath to destroy it, meaning that he should have relativistic to maybe FTL plus or faster than light speed reaction, which will also go to his base speed because he is also as fast as that. He was also able to knock down and Geras, which he was only as a ball, and he was able to do that in just a millisecond, which improves his feed and actually proves him to be feedable, so his speed is relativistic to maybe FTL plus. So yeah, but also you have to scale on that his durability is also a lot higher. He was also able to actually tank an entire Goraf to the face. Yes, he literally no-sold that. He didn't even flinch while taking the entire asteroid to the face. He did not even flinch, and that will most likely bring him to moon level of power to maybe even planetary, which is an impressive feat on its own. Multiple other Godzillas may have higher durability than him, but if we were to actually not use the higher scaling for them, they actually have lower durability than Final Wars, which is still pretty impressive that Final Wars has that type of durability. Now, if we were to actually scale his power, he was actually almost comparable to Kaiser Ghidorah. Their powers were almost even, but he was still losing the battle. It wasn't until he got his Kaiser Amp. But that Kaiser Amp actually increased his power a lot better. But that Final Goji was actually at least was able to match 50% power of Kaiser Ghidorah. Meaning that he was actually slightly stronger, but he was still not able to actually put up a real fight against the Kaiser Ghidorah. But when he got his Kaiser Amp, he was easily able to no-so Kaiser Ghidorah. And using his power heat ray that he was able to acquire, he was easily able to destroy him. And remember, Kaiser Ghidorah was actually stated to be at least one of the most powerful weapons of the aliens, meaning that Godzilla would upscale him, meaning that this powerful being should be close to planetary to even moon level, or maybe a large planetary to maybe even dwarf star level, which is an impressive feat on its own. But if we were to go even further, like say that he's a star or planet eater, this will bring his feats to dwarf star to star level, which is an impressive feat for Final Wars. And Final Wars was able to no-soul him using his Kaiser Amp, which is still an impressive feat on its own. And these are the calculations for base and Kaiser Boost Final Wars. His AP, if you're using the lower ends, will range from continental to multi-continental, which is still pretty impressive. But if you're using the higher ends, he will range from large planetary to star level, which is an impressive feat. And his dexterity should range from moon level to planetary, which is an impressive feat on its own, because he was able to no-soul the Oxygen Destroyer, which is a small planetary feat. But if we were to inquire him with every battle he is going through, he most likely will have dwarf star level durability, but I think planetary and moon level should be enough for him. And yes, he has a relativistic plus in light speed. Faster than light speed. He could actually go even maybe faster than light if we were actually to scale with his atomic breath, which is still impressive. And even without his atomic breath, he's faster than light speed, which is still impressive. And finally, his Kaiser Boost, which amps his power even further. Yes, there is actually no lower ends or higher ends. It's just that he ranges from star to solar system level after getting his Kaiser Amp, and his durability still stays the same, except that it goes from moon to large planetary level, and his speed increases to faster than light speed, which shows that his Kaiser Amp did give him a boost in power and durability, showing that Final Wars Goji is actually not to be underestimated by the other Godzillas. They may have their own impressive feats, but if we were to scale them at their regular feats, Final Wars should prevail into being one of the top 3, so not even the top 5, which is still impressive on its own. And if we were to actually show him as a show Godzilla era scales, we can prove him to be even stronger than Kiryu Goji, which is still an impressive feat on its own, but I'm only just using his normal power levels and calculations, since I don't want to get him too overpowered, and I think it's pretty easy to say the least. And his scaling should be fair, since Final Wars is stated to be one of the strongest Godzillas, or so Nato said, but yeah, they did not promise that much, did they? As they made multiple other movies. Yeah. But I still think that Final Wars is still an impressive kaiju, and one of the most respected Godzillas that I respect myself. I actually see a lot of the other Godzillas actually taking parts from Final Wars, like Godzilla Earth, even like someone like Godzilla Ultima, and even Legendary, which is still an impressive feat, showing that Final Wars is a respected kaiju just like the rest of its kind. But guys, this is the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time. I'm your Goji, your host. See you next time, my Goji fans. Bye.